Everyone, thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Donna's World. Today, I'd like to talk about what happens to people in Nigeria who are gay or transgender or what is known globally as LGBT, etc., etc. The reason this issue has come up is because of a very colorful young man called Bobrisky. That's his nickname. That's how it's like a kind of stage name. And he's actually very popular. I mean, he's got 5 million followers on social media, which is a lot more than I have. And a lot of people like him. But guess what? Same-sex relationships are illegal in Nigeria. And there's a lot of social and religious disapproval around the issue. Which means that even though Bobriski obviously appeals to a certain bohemian subsection of the population, as a general rule, his mere existence is an affront to the authorities. So about a month ago, he was arrested for something called spraying. Spraying is a sort of like Nigerian custom, completely harmless. It originated in Yoruba land in the southwest area around Lagos. And what it basically means is that you carry bundles of money to parties or concerts. And if you like the music that's being played, you throw money at the entertainers. And if you like the way your friends or other people are dancing, you plaster money all over them. It's a bit vulgar, but that's very Nigerian for you. You know, we're very into conspicuous consumption, and especially Yorubas, by the way. But this custom has spread all over Nigeria. Everybody does it now. It's one of the things that I would say Nigerians have copied from each other. And, you know, it's one of those things that makes everybody a little bit more Nigerian and a little bit less an individual or group from a different tribe. So it's something we all have in common, apart from football. I mean, like when the Nigerian football team is playing, everybody is Nigerian, but that's another story for another day. So back to Bobrisky. So he was spraying at a party, bundles of cash. Sometimes people don't spray much money, actually. I mean, I've sprayed friends in the past. I personally never spend more than about, $20 or $30 in small notes in Nigerian currency, but it's an offense, okay? Some people spray millions. Some people spray dollars. Some people spray euros or pounds. But it's an offense because according to the authorities, the government, it is abuse of the currency. I don't know why they're bothered about this issue because it doesn't harm anybody except for the people who are crazy enough to waste that much money on the practice. But basically, it's a harmless cultural practice, and Bobriski was doing this at a party, as were other people. And yet, guess what? He's the only one who was arrested. Now, the Nigerian court system is really slow. But Bobriski's case, amazingly, took only 3 weeks from the time of arrest to him being sentenced to 6 months in prison. Now, I think by any standards, 6 months in prison is a very harsh sentence for throwing a bit of money around at a party, a private event, okay? He pleaded guilty. He was very contrite. He apologized to the judge, but she wasn't having any of it. And he's now in a penitentiary in Lagos. So, I mean, practically everybody can see that he was not actually jailed for throwing money around. He was jailed because he dresses like a girl, behaves like a girl, and does not hide the fact that he has intimate relationships with men. I mean, I'm not saying they're sexual, but there are videos of him on Instagram being nuzzled by another man. Anyway, so I suppose he's a transvestite really, because it turns out, we were told, that he has not actually had the operation. He hasn't had gender reassignment surgery. So he's in prison, and some of us who are into human rights have been complaining on his behalf and lobbying for him to be released because it's really not very fair. And it's not fair at all. But, kind of, he's a celebrity case and he probably will be released at some point. I mean, even if they make an example of him, nothing awful will be done to him because they know the whole world is watching. I mean, this case has attracted attention as far across the globe. I mean, I've seen newspaper reports about Bobrisky in foreign publications and on foreign TV and radio stations. What I'm worried about is the ordinary gay LGBT people in Nigeria who are not Bobrisky, who do not have the protection of celebrity or publicity, and who are routinely hounded. I mean, the few who are not in hiding are just treated like crap. I mean, yesterday I saw a video of one of them being questioned by police, and they were just bullying the guy. They made him take off his wig. They made him pull off the skirt he was wearing. They made him show them their willy, show them his willy. And it was just awful. I mean, I couldn't watch it really. I was watching it through my fingers like this. So Nigerian traditionalists say that homosexuality is not in our culture, and all this cross-dressing kind of behavior is not in our culture, that it's a white disease, and that we should reject it in its entirety and not give LGBT people any breathing space or any excuse for flourishing or propagating their lifestyles. What I would say is that it's complete nonsense that homosexuality is a white disease or a foreign disease. There are plenty of gay men in Nigeria. It's just that most of them are married. Some of them are even VIPs. They're all in the closet with very, very, very few exceptions. In fact, I can't think of a single exception who's out of the closet. And yet they stand by silently while very, very vicious anti-LGBT legislation is being passed. And it just shocks me that people can't just mind their business. Another thing I've noticed here is that people do not believe that you're born gay. They believe it's a choice you make. So they say things like, they just do it because they're irresponsible, or they're just doing it to make money and attract attention. They refuse to accept that it's something that some people just are. And, well, I won't stop appealing to my fellow Nigerians and Africans to loosen up and be kinder. We don't have to attack everybody who's not like us. There's a lot to be said for concentrating on the things that really matter. I mean, other people's lifestyles don't matter if they don't harm you or me, And here we have a country where people steal billions of dollars and get away with it. And those billions of dollars represent schools that are not built, vaccinations that are not given to poor children, roads that don't exist, and then we have the audacity to harp on about whether some guy wants to dress like a girl or not. It's none of our business. What is our business is the fact that this country is being run into the ground and needs a massive revival, both morally and economically. And it needs massive cleansing politically. So, can we please concentrate on that? And by the way, I know that Black people in America also, on the whole, tend to be a little bit iffy around this issue as well. And Black people in the Caribbean and in the UK. But all I can say is please, 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 let's just mind our business and let people be who they feel they were born to be. Thank you. Goodbye.